Chuck, I've known you for like almost 6 years at this point with your coffee. Yes, the coffee,
Mm.
very important part of
Hey,
the process.
by the way, Kirk, when this is done, that other guy's done too. So we'll get to
Gotcha.
that.
So, I mean, I've been hearing Chuck stories and bits and pieces for the last 5 years, and
Right.
there's definitely a name that comes up pretty frequently in the Chuck stories. Do you want to intro our guest?
Yes, I do want to intro my guest because, as you know, the book is called South Jersey Casino Boy.
That's right.
But one of the bigger elements in the South Jersey Casino Boy story is the South Philly influence I had in my life. The people that just crazy, maniacal, fun, out of control people that would also level and balance me. It's crazy. I know it sounds like it's 180, but these are the people that I draw to me and went, wow, they're from an exotic place. And there's one guy on the list that makes the Hall of Fame from the Sands Casino and South Philly. And that's Mr. Gerald Florio. Gerald Florio, everybody. Mr. Gerry Florio is in the house. Gerald, how are you?
I'm pretty good, Chuck. I can't complain. I woke up today, somewhere.
Nobody wants to hear you complain, Gerry. No one cares
I'm just
about it.
saying, somewhere, some poor bastard didn't wake up.
That's fair.
Wow, that's a tough Sunday
Yeah.
when you don't get up.
Yeah.
Tough day, man.
Although,
Hey, Gerry,
if I had to pick a way to go, I think my sleep probably wouldn't be that bad.
in your sleep. Okay, would you be dreaming or what would happen? What kind of dream would you have if you go in your sleep, Joe?
What kind of a dream?
I mean, you said you're going to go in your sleep. What happened? I mean, what you just
it
go to
would
sleep,
probably be with I'd probably be eating off some hot chick's belly or something,
Wow. Okay, that's there's a different term for that. I think.
Food,
I think there's a
women. They all
sure they go to they go together. Absolutely, appetites. Men have appetites. So, Gerry brings a point. Gerry, can you lean in and show us that hat so we can see a little clearer on the South Philly, baby.
The fork and the pasta. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's so good. That's so good. And of course, we told Gerry we're dropping the puck at this time, and he knows exactly what that means. He has his A game going, so he breaks out his Broad Street Bullies shirt. So very nice, Gerald. Very nice.
Well, Broad Street Bullies was a very, very, very big part of my life. In fact, I could take you back to 1974, the day they won the Stanley Cup. I'm proud to say that I was in attendance and I was one of the first idiots on the ice that day. Yes, I was. And
how did you get on the ice?
Dave Schultz was screaming, he was screaming shit at people to get out of it. They couldn't even skate with the cup. It was ridiculous. It really was.
That's great.
That's incredible.
Hey, that reminds me, Gerald. One of the things I like about you, of course, is your honesty and all that. But there's a part of you that kind of bothers me a little bit because I'm so angelic. I'm so innocent. So Gerald has a particular affinity for wooden items that belong to professional sports teams. Maybe Gerald can enlighten everybody on what that means, because how many people have you told that story to, Gerry? I want you to enlighten us.
Very few people are very aware of it.
All right. So, did you want to play with your phone, or you want to tell us about?
Well, here's what's going on. My daughter's asking me how to make lasagna, so I have to text her shit. So
just get a bottle of ragu, right? And a Costco.
No, absolutely not. Charles,
just get the ragu.
That's blasphemy. Don't even talk like that.
Hey,
so anyway,
Gerry, in all seriousness, before you go, we have the Costco little freaking dumpling things that are filled with cottage cheese and the triangles.
What did you call that? Stop. Go back. What kind of cheese was it?
It's ricotta.
Okay, thank you so much.
I was gonna say,
something else
people don't know ricotta. Okay, so we got those little triangles. I'm baking that layer, sauce, cheese layer. So it's do-it-yourself, cheap Costco lasagna. All right. But it's going to be good because I don't have time. There's a freaking blizzard outside. I don't have time to run around God's creation and get everything. All right. So I got my Costco stuff.
Weather permitting.
But I'm not using ragu. I'm not using ragu.
Okay. So
go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead.
He's using Prego.
Oh God. I'd have to disown him then, Kirk. I'm sorry.
Oh God. Prego, Jesus. Might as well just catch up.
Let's go back to the hockey sticks, okay?
We should go back to the hockey sticks, Gerald. Young Gerald.
We were freshmen in high school, and me and my buddy were walking to school, and he goes like this. Hey, what do you say we buck school today? We jump on the bus from down here in South Philly and go all the way up to West Philly to the University of Pennsylvania, where the Flyers practiced at. They didn't practice at the Spectrum. They never practiced at the Spectrum. They practiced at the University of Penn. So we got on the bus. We went to Catholic school, so we had little ties and jackets and school books and shit. And we
Catholics.
And we get there, and the Flyers are coming out in street clothes, getting in their cars and leaving. We missed the practice, right? I'm going, oh, shit. Well, and they're all getting in their cars, and we see them, Bobby Clark and Ed Van Imp, and these guys are pulling away in their cars. So he goes, now what should we do? I said, well, let's go in and see if we can find anything. So we go in there. We walk right into the locker room, and here's all their sticks all lined up. And he goes like this to me.
Just take a picture and go, right? That's what I would do. Just take a picture.
I would have been happy with that.
Take a picture.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, I would have been happy with that, but he had other ideas.
He did.
In fact,
he did.
There was a show during the 70s called It Takes a Thief, and the guy was Al Monday.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to call him Al Monday, right? And he goes like this. Well, you're left-handed and I'm right-handed. He goes, I think it's time for a heist.
Oh God.
We grabbed about 50 hockey sticks each.
You stole the Flyers hockey sticks? You stole the Flyers freaking hockey sticks, Gerald.
We robbed them, yes. We robbed them.
They're your own, they're your own people. They're your own team.
I know. No,
what are you doing?
When I tell you there wasn't a soul in that building, there was no one but me. He put Bernie Perrant's mask on, and I went, I guess.
Oh, God.
Put it down, I said.
Oh,
I wouldn't let him steal it. I said, put it down.
You drew the line of Bernie Perrant's mask.
Yeah. I told him he couldn't steal Bernie Perrant's mask.
Yeah, good thing,
I'm very proud of that to this day.
You should be, Jerry. You just put a plaque on your wall. Put a plaque on your wall.
They had bumper stickers that said, only the Lord saves more than Bernie Perrant. and he wanted to take his mask. I just wouldn't let it happen. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that.
Kirk, your quick question for Kirk. Are you Catholic?
No, I'm not.
Your people, some of your people are Catholic, right?
Some of the people, yeah. My mom's half the family, the Italian half.
So you know the deal. That can't Jerry and his buddies just go to that place and just do the thing and
yeah.
They go,
You're fine.
So Jerry, I'm a
couple
Methodist.
of Ave Marias, and you're good to go.
Yeah, Jerry. I grew up Methodist. We just play street hockey on Sunday, so I have no idea what we do. But apparently, you guys got rules, so we don't have to get into it. But I think you're covered anyway. So steal all you want.
Statute of limitations, all that stuff.
Go ahead, Jerry. Finish your story. You're going to heaven.
All right, so
Bastard.
We stash all these sticks, stash them all up by the railroad tracks outside of the University of Pennsylvania.
Christ.
We get back on the bus, we go back down to South Philly. We spend the rest of the day bullshitting around because we can't go home till 3:00 because we're supposed to be in school.
That's right. That's right.
We get changed. He gets his mother to drive us back up there. She drives us back up there. He tells her, "Ma, pop the trunk." Now we pull up to the railroad track, and she doesn't say one word that we're putting 100 hockey sticks in her trunk.
She's aiding and abetting. She's aiding and abetting, is she not?
She was.
She knows the drill.
Said a word, right? So now
that's like that's like a $20 ticket in Philly. That's what I'm saying.
It might not even been 20.
That's right.
Christ.
Remember, this was 1974.
Oh yeah. Sticks. Who cares? It's wood.
I take them all, we unload them all, and I bring them all, I put them down the basement, I line them all up, I get a black marker, and like where it would say Clark on the stick, I would write Florio right underneath it, right?
You just wrote over Bobby Clark's name. Jesus.
So my father gets home from work at 5 o'clock, dinner's on the table. If you don't eat at 5 o'clock, you don't eat, right? So
Yeah.
we eat dinner,
Yeah.
and then he walks down the basement to get something, and he sees all these hockey sticks, right? And I'm
Oh,
upstairs,
God.
and I hear him go like this to my mother, Fran, did you give Gerry money to buy hockey sticks? And she goes, no. Next thing I hear is his circular saw. He plugged it in.
Oh, that's
Every
right.
single
I
one
forgot
of
this
those
part.
sticks. And took them out in the
Oh,
trash for everybody. I was going,
oh,
no, not the Bobby Clark. I'm going, no. But then I
Jerry.
caught a beating. Then I caught a beating.
Oh,
And my
Well,
brother Tommy's laughing the whole time.
yeah. Tom and
Because
Jerry.
we're Tom and Jerry, you know. But,
Yeah, yeah. Believe me, they are.
Then he says to
More.
me, get in the car, because now you have to go to the church and confess that you stole.
Yeah, there you go. That's the part I was looking for.
Yes.
You little bastard. I want you to
to
go
the
sit
church,
someplace.
and the confessional's a little box, and you have to go in it,
Sure,
and you can't really see the priest. It's like a shady thing. He opens the
No.
window at you. He goes like this, go ahead, my
Who wants
son.
privacy?
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I stole 50 hockey sticks. All right, my son, you are absolved of your sins, right? So I walk out of the church, right? And there's my father, and I catch a backhand like immediately. Now get in the car. So I'm thinking like this, I'm trying to plead with my father. I'm telling him like, Dad,
Please.
God just absolved me now. He's like this, I didn't absolve you. So not only am I publicly shamed to the whole neighborhood, but they're all looking in the trash and they're going, I guess, look at all these hockey sticks. They're all cut in half. So I couldn't. So my buddy who had the right-handed ones, right? I see him the next day and he goes, I guess, oh, that's a shame. He's going, yeah, my parents are a little more strict than yours. Obviously, your mother aided and abetted us.
Right.
My parents are making me pay a big price for this, right?
Oh, God.
I also got busted for bucking school. So
that's two.
it's a double whammy, right?
It's a double. It's a double.
And then Tommy is an instigator, and he's never letting it go away. We're eating dinner, right? And he's going like this. Just when I thought Gerry was stupid, he gets more stupider. And then my mother backhands me, So I look at him, I'm going like this. Really, Tom? Is this necessary? So I'll give you another example of the dinner etiquette. Ready?
All right.
I sat next to my mother, who was absolutely lethal, right?
Oh.
She called me son of a bitch so many times that I thought it was my name for a while, right?
And she birthed you. And she
then
calls you a
one
son of a
day-
bitch?
And one day,
Ooh, this is a rough house.
I went like this. I said, let's see. I said, if I'm the son, I guess that makes you and it didn't even get out of my mouth. I backhanded me. The fork went flying. On the other side of the table, my father's eating and he's like this, and he never breaks stride. But Tommy is crying because he's going, I guess you are so stupid. I can't believe you said that. Now, Philip, my younger brother, Philip, is a priest. So he's just sitting on the other side of the table going like this.
Oh, God.
And that's what you got at the dinner table. So
Holy shit.
yes. So,
Kirk.
yeah.
Kirk,
Let's just piggyback on the whole Tommy thing, because once upon a time, young Gerald and I, we're partake in a little bit of fun after work, at the stands. We get smoked up. We go out to Absecon, New Jersey, where young Gerald and his brother Tommy, of all people, had a place. Now Gerry worked with me and Tommy worked. Where was Tommy at? Where was his place, Gerald?
Nugget.
He's at the Nugget.
Okay.
Okay. So Gerald and I are going to get smoked up and watch a Flyers replay on Prism. Great. We're going to watch a game. Tommy comes home and these two start. And it's the dumbest thing. It could be whatever happened or whatever's going on that day. They start bip, 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 and then it gets heated. It's like fucking 3:30 in the morning. These guys are getting heated over some stupid thing that happened 2 days ago. We're trying to watch a hockey game. we know the Flyers won. We want to watch it anyway. We're all smoked up, having fun. And Gerry's just, his face is red. He's just, and Tommy goes upstairs, gets away, and Joe goes, Charles, do you notice a little bald spot on the back of his head? I said, Gerry, aren't you mad at him? He goes, oh, yeah, fucking mad at him, but you got to see that because he don't like that at all. He doesn't do that thing, He don't like that. And I'm like, oh, I thought you guys were arguing about something serious. Oh, yeah, it's always serious, but you saw it, right? You've seen it. You've seen it, no, Charles. Yeah, I seen his bald spot. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
I got to state for the record that my brother Tommy is the biggest ball breaker in the world. I got to give him credit because I learned from him.
Right? Yeah. But that's good.
I was his number one victim at all times. At all times. It was like,
you're not the priest.
It was,
I go after you too.
No. So this is how it rolls in my family. It's just the three of us. Tommy, named after my father. I felt he got royalties because of that.
Sure. Yeah. Namesake.
God. And then there's me. I'm the bad son by default, right? So
you are the bad son by default.
My mother had this rule, like 3 o'clock, no one in the refrigerator between 3 and 5, so much that she had the refrigerator sparkling, shining, that if she saw a fingerprint, she would be like this. Who was in the refrigerator? And Tommy and Philip would both go like this. Gerry was. and I would got to the point where I would just go like this. I wasn't, but I guess I am.
Yeah. You're busted. You're busted.
So I've always been labeled as the bad brother. In fact,
yes.
Here's a cute little story. So I'm walking with a couple of my buddies into the schoolyard to go shoot some hoops, right? And I'm dribbling the basketball. And so I'm a freshman and Tommy's a senior, right? So there's the scenario. So as I'm walking into the schoolyard, I see this dude go, right in Tommy's eye, spit in his eye.
Wow, he literally spit in his eye.
Appalled. And the guy that did it was an all-Catholic football player. So he's a big dude. He's also a senior. So Charles, I did the only thing that Gerry Florio knows to do. And I came from way down here.
Yeah. Bring it up.
This son of a bitch.
Yeah, you got to.
I pop him and he just does like one of these. Is that like
that was not good. That wasn't good.
Throws me on the ground, gets on top of me with his knees on my shoulders, and he's smacking my face like this. Like I'm going like this.
He's just smacking
away from him because he's strong, right?
Like a cartoon character.
Finally, he gets off of me and lets me get up, and he goes like this. You should tell your little brother to mind his business, Tom. And I look at Tommy, Chuck, because I'm really at that point. I'm livid because I just got my face smacked with my friends. And I went like this. I'm going like this. You're a big pussy, I said to Tommy. And I said, come on. I told my friends and we walked out and I went home and I went right to my father and I went like this. Your son is a pussy, I said. He just spit in his eye. And I said, and I cracked him, I said, and I got the retribution from Paulie Ruffinack, the football player. I will say that Paulie Ruffinack treated me with so much respect after that because
you're damn right he did.
I took a swing at him,
Yeah, hey.
But for me, I had to protect the honor of my name,
Yes.
And I was so livid that Tommy Tommy was going like this.
Oh, just wiping it. No.
He should have popped him,
No.
So listen to this. It gets worse. So the same
Poor
day.
Gerry.
Now, after my father's patting me on the shoulder, you did good, son. You did good. You did good picking up for your older brother, So I go stand down the corner, which was a South Philly tradition,
Yeah. You got no place to go. South Jersey, we have fields and woods. You just got crap, Go ahead.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, here comes my little brother, Philip, running, flying by, and there's a man chasing him, right? I'm looking, what the hell is going on here, right? So Philip goes, get daddy, and he runs, right? So
daddy.
Yeah, that's what he said, get daddy, right? And I step in front of this man, And I went just like this to him, Chuck. I'm going like this. Come after me, you fat bastard, right? And he stops. He throws the brakes on the guy.
Oh no, he is coming
Brakes
after
on.
you.
Now
He is
I
coming
find
after you.
out later that Philip just beat up his son, and,
Oh.
and Philip called the name trying to get Philip, right?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
is absolutely the good son,
Mhm.
right?
Well, he's a criminal now. He's a criminal now, right, Kirk?
Well,
That's
Kirk
right.
does not
now
qualify.
the guy
Philip
throws
is a
on the
criminal.
brakes, Chuck, and if you could picture this, I have him. He's chasing me around a parked car. He can't catch me because I had Chuck Turner's speed back then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was a fast white boy.
So
I mean,
Chuck,
I was
He
a fast white
can't catch me, right? And I'm calling him names. Come on, Fatso. Come on. Try and get me, fat bastard. I was antagonizing this guy so bad. Finally, out of the corner of my eye, look, and here comes Big Tom Florio walking down the street, and he looks pissed, right? And all of a sudden, I
Is
hear
this
like,
dad? Is this dad Florio?
yes.
Oh,
Philip got him. Philip went and got him.
Oh shit.
This guy's chasing Gerry now.
Oh.
My father took this guy, he throws him up against the wall. He tells him, if you ever lay your hands on one of my sons, it'll be the last breath you ever take, he says.
Oh.
It ends without any physical confrontation except for him, you know.
Very
Yeah.
good.
So now I have the distinction of picking up for my older and younger brother in
Wow.
the same day,
Nice.
hours apart.
Wow.
That night at dinner, I'm the star of the dinner table, and I'm sitting there like this. That's right. That's right.
Extra pasta? Did you get extra
Yeah.
pasta?
Yeah,
Now,
of
now,
course.
now, Gerald, this is a good transitions point. Why is it you people call it gravy when it's obviously spaghetti sauce? Why do you fucking call it gravy?
Okay.
Gerald, I don't.
I'm gonna use
What is
one
it?
of my
Yeah, I mean,
timeouts real fast, Charles.
You
I
go.
gotta
You
use
can
one
have
of my
one.
timeouts.
Hold on, Kirk. How many timeouts does he get? Because I want to know what the rules are. How many freaking timeouts does this guy get?
I gotta
Is it-
have at least 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3.
Yeah,
How many has he used so far?
I'm
This is
using
the-
one.
this is the first one.
Use more. All right.
Okay, well here. Kirk, I could be wrong, but I believe he referred to me as you people.
I heard.
I mean,
I'm object-
you
So we
guys,
live in a-
I'm outnumbered. I
Charles,
got
we live in a very
Italian,
HR conscious
two of
world.
them.
I am not responding to you people.
I'm just saying, I don't like to be outnumbered, and I smell garlic just sitting here. I say, just get it over with. Just tell me your. I just do it. I'll put
I'm
up.
having a hard time of trying to get over to you people thing.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Listen to this.
Oh my
Why do
God.
you people?
Okay. Kirk,
That's 2.
I got a problem right now with the you people.
Are we gonna have to edit this, Chuck?
No, no.
You people think it's not sitting well with me.
Oh my
Charles,
God.
I'm
Yes,
ashamed
Gerald.
to live in a politically correct world nowadays.
No, we don't.
So,
No, not up in
Everyone
here,
is-
man.
okay, so you want me to answer that?
Just give it a short answer.
Okay,
There's a blizzard outside. I ain't
I
got
will.
34 minutes for you.
I
Just
will.
why do you people call it gravy? That's all I want to know.
You go for that. You're going for the hat trick. Is that what
I
you're trying to
wanna
do,
know.
Chuck? The hat trick?
We've got Gerald, we have a hat trick for you. So get to this, and I'm going to tell you about a hat trick.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gerald. Hockey theme today. Hockey theme. Go ahead, Gerald.
When
Why?
I asked my mother about that,
Yes.
she told me gravy is a sauce made with meat products. That means she put meatballs in there, brajol, pork, you know,
All right.
and that changes it from sauce to gravy.
Okay.
Now,
Got it.
if I made marinara sauce, that's what it is. That means
'Cause
there's
it's-
no meat in there.
Because it's just tomatoes and stuff. It's not any meat.
Correct. The minute that you throw a meatball in there, it's now gravy.
It makes sense.
I'm almost 60 years old and I've never heard it explained that way. It took a real Italian to tell me what the hell you people are talking about.
Charles,
'Cause I don't know what you're talking about half the time. You know what I
Charles,
mean? What?
you brought Gerry Florio on.
I know.
What did
I
you
should have
expect?
expected.
What?
I should have. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into provolone and whiz, but not right now because I'll get emotional, and I don't want to get emotional, Kurt.
All right, yeah.
I don't want to get
Okay.
emotional because if I start it, he's going to try to finish it. I'm not going there right now. I'm going to try to transition. First of all, the reason we're here is because of South Jersey Casino Boy, available on Amazon. You can get the ebook and the printed book. This thing right here is on ebook. Book 2 is an ebook right now. It's 99 cents on Amazon. Go there. Please read it, review it. We'll get to that. Book 3 is coming out in April, and that's called Summers Point Royalty. South Jersey Casino Boy, Summers Point Royalty. And I'll talk about that another time. Right now, for Gerry Florio, we're going to give Gerry Florio a hat trick. But in this case, Jerry, we're going back. I'm going to give you a Gordie Howe hat trick.
Okay.
Can
I intercede real quick?
Yes, you can, my man. Yes, sir.
I have read the book.
Yes.
And I'm very impressed with Charles Turner's writing ability.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Gerald. But I'm Chuck Turner, so fuck you. So anyway,
He's Chuck Turner, but if I want to call him Charles, I will.
That's right.
Yes, but not on the book.
Not a lot of people call me Gerald, but he does.
Jerry, I'll send you your Venmo $10 for complimenting me later. I gotta tell stories. Let me finish
Go
this.
ahead,
Okay?
go, Chuck.
Otherwise, look, if I keep this emotion shit up, it's gonna drain out into the people here. This is a senior community. They're 55 plus. They don't want to hear my shit. Let's get to the Gordie Howe hat trick. Here we go. Gerald, a social Gordie Howe hat trick. Okay, so let's get to the rules, Kirk. You ready, Kirk?
Ready.
Here's the rules. Gerald knows them, but I'm going to say them anyway. If I say, I know a guy, or I heard about this guy, that's somebody else in the world, right?
Yes.
I heard about this guy. If I say, I know a guy, who is that? Okay, don't say it because we don't want to get away. It's a secret.
Oh, it's a secret.
I heard about a guy, it's somebody else in the world, but I know this guy. Okay, so here goes. You ready, Gerald?
Go ahead.
I know this guy who's buying a place, and he had to have a contractor come over on Friday. This guy walks in this guy's house and does his little bip, bip, bip thing. He's taking pictures. He's talking about his life. Used to make all this money, da-da-da, but a bip. He's doing the whole thing. He even gets to the point, Gerald, where he's doing the leg spread when he's talking. So you know he's going to be parked for a while. And I know the guy's wife is working from home. So she's witness to this guy I know. So there's the guy and the guy's wife, and here's the contractor, and he parks, and now he's going to tell his world. He starts out with, guy tried to Jew me down. Dude, you're in a professional setting. What are you doing? You're supposed to be in and out. You don't do this. That's all the red flags are up. Okay, but how about that? Yeah, okay. Number 2, brings up foreigners and gets into how blah, 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 foreigner bad, this and that. Now the bigotry's coming out deep. The guy I know is thinking, is this thing gonna price for $270? Because that's all we care about. You know, get this guy out of the house. Point 3. So he's got, Gordie Howe hat trick. He scores a goal. He's an anti-Semite. He gets an assist. He's now talking about foreigners. Now he's going for the bigotry hat trick. Or let's call it a Gordie Howe hat trick. He says, and then this guy didn't pay me on his job. So I go over there and I bleep in this and I kick the door off the hinges. Now this guy's wife is going, what is this guy doing in our house? Why is he here? You know, the eyes are real big. This is what I heard from the guy I know. Eyes are real big. And the guy says, I kick the hinges down and I walk up to him. I say, let me tell you something. You haven't paid me yet. You're trying to beat me out of money. So here's what I'm telling you. I'm not threatening you. I'm not going to do anything to you. And here comes the hat trick. See that picture of your grandchildren? I'm just telling you, I can see their pictures. What? Anti-Semite, hates foreigners, and he's going to attack some guy's grandchildren. He's got the Gordie Howe hat trick of bigotry, antisocial activity for a professional going into someone's house to do work who he's paid for. What are you doing? What are you doing? So this guy I know tries to walk him to the door to get him out. Like, you got to go because you got this guy's wife's eyes like this. Stops at the door. Now he went, I forgot this. And he wants to play around with the fuse box and all that. Take pictures of that. I'm thinking because this guy told me a story. This man can't leave fast enough. I don't care what your beliefs are, your thoughts. In a professional setting, that is no way to act. As a matter of fact, go away because you're scaring people. And my friend doesn't scare easy. You know what I mean? He doesn't scare easy. So out that guy went. Gordie Howe hat trick of social bigotry, inappropriate behavior in a professional setting. I don't care what year it is. So thus the hockey theme today. We got a hockey theme. We had a Gordie Howe hat trick yesterday, and the guy I know was like, because the guy knows a contractor too. Golden rule takes care of people. You never do that stuff. So there it is. There's the story of a guy I know.
I'd be real simple and quaint with him. Please leave the premises.
Yeah, my friend kind of said,
Chuck. I know you can't believe that, but I do have a professional side to me as well.
Well, yes, you do, and you work with how many different types of folks in the casino world. And Gerald, could you share with young Kirk your favorite saying when you're going into a disagreement? The 2 words you use. Listen. What's the 2 words you always follow? Listen, because it's the classic. What is that, Gerald?
Kirk, he associates these 2 words with me.
Okay.
But, I sometimes don't recall a lot of people's names. So a very polite way of addressing somebody for me would always be my man.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's very polite.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, my man, I think that's a nice way to. Somebody says it to me, I'm honored. Yeah, what can I do for you?
Right, right.
I've
used that for a long time.
Hey, Kirk.
Yeah.
So the California dude, you can apply dude, and I used it the other day. It was my car when a guy cut me off, and I went, dude. I didn't say the F word, which my wife probably her ears were ringing. She's like, oh my God, my husband's angelic, because I didn't do the F word. I said, dude. So what dude is to a Californian, my man is to Gerry. Gerry could say, listen, my man, or he could say, my man, or hey, my man. Gerry has the dude, my man thing going on.
Very
and
flexible.
If you listen for the inflection, you listen for the Gerry inflection, you pick it up, either get your fists up, because Gerry can throw down at any time, or get ready to buy Gerry a drink, because he uses my man correctly.
As I said earlier, I have 3 children, and what I've always taught them was to always be aware of their surroundings. Always.
Like I taught my kids.
Hear footsteps behind you, actually turn around and look. I said, because I've been working in casinos for 41 years.
Holy shit.
And wow. I don't have a lot of trust in humanity these days. Right or wrong?
No. Well, Gerald, let me build on that, because Kirk knows this. Kirk, the phrase I've used before that you and I talked about, know your exits.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what Gerry's saying is exactly what I've said to my kids. I've said it in every circumstance I can think of, whether they're going to parties or what. Know your exits. I don't know what goes on with other people's minds. I don't control that. And Gerald knows this. He understands the concept. You have to protect you first and take care of you first. And it's little things that people just ignore. Don't ignore them. I don't sit with my back. I don't sit with my back to a door. I never do.
Right.
Never sit with my back to the door.
Never.
What?
Everywhere I go, I get the seat that I could see.
That's exactly right. It's not paranoia. It's just plain. My mind and my eyes work a certain way. I am not comfortable if they're not set up right. So this idea about humanity and all that, I get that. But for me too, I got to be able to make my move. And my kids know it. My wife knows it. I am protect, and it's served us quite a few times.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
And I feel the minute that you become complacent and drop your guard, you're getting hit. Cancel Christmas. Cancel Christmas. So,
yeah.
So
yeah.
You brought up California. Can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah. Kirk, can you tell a quick story?
Oh, yeah, of course. We got plenty of time.
So we're living in Vegas. Right?
Don't tell him that. We're supposed to cut him off in like 3
Well,
minutes.
where are you at with your coffee, Chuck? What's the
Gerald,
coffee meter say?
Gerald, I won't have to use the bathroom for about 22 minutes.
All right. So I can get this done in about 4.
Okay.
Oh, you're
okay.
good. I'm going to pace
Ready?
myself.
All right. So we're living in Vegas. It's my daughter's birthday. I say, Sam, where do you want to go for your birthday? She goes, I want to go to the beach. I'm like, we live in the desert, right? And at that time, my wife went on MapQuest and said, oh, Newport Beach, 4.5-hour drive. Okay, I said, I woke the family up at 4 a.m. in the morning, get in the car, wife and 3 kids, and drive single lane from Vegas to California through mountain passes and all this bullshit.
You took the 15. You took the 15.
Yep. And I get to California and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, and the sun is shining beautifully. It's a beautiful day. It's like 105 degrees out. We're going to go to the Pacific Ocean. We've always done the Atlantic Ocean, so it's a new thing, you know? So
Yeah.
I see public restroom. I take my son. I say, Matt, come on, come with Dad. You girls go with your mother to the ladies' room. Off we go. We go into the men's room. My son goes to the urinal. I go to the next urinal. And then here comes this dude. He looks like Dwayne Allman with the big, long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Full-fledged army fatigues in 105-degree weather, right? He goes next to me. So Matt finishes up. He presses the button. The toilet flushes. I press the button. Nothing happens. I don't give a rat's ass because I'm in a public restroom. Mm-hmm. So now we go outside, and I'm sitting on the curb waiting for my wife and 2 daughters to come out of the ladies' room. This dude comes walking out of the men's room and puts his finger in my face like this. He goes, were you just in the men's room? So without hesitation, I grabbed his finger. I'm going to have to use a few expletives right now to tell the rest of the story.
Go for it.
So I went like this. I'll take your motherfucking finger and stick it up your motherfucking ass right now, motherfucker, right? So Matt is 8 years old at the time. Sam's 11 and Kelly's 2. So my children are still fairly young, right? So I have the guy's finger in my hand, and my wife comes walking out of the ladies' room, and like she's talking to the dog, she went like this, Gerry, no. And I take the dude's finger, and I have his finger in my hand, and I go like this. I let it go, right? Uh-huh. Now, at that point, I ask you, should that dude have said, uh-oh, I picked the wrong guy to fuck with?
No, he's going to clock you, dude.
But no, he says to me, I asked you a question. I get up off the curb. I went like this. Yes, I was. Why? Guess what he says to me, this son of a bitch? He says, you need to teach your kid how to flush the toilet.
Oh.
All right, let's go back. I just drove.
Yeah.
Hours,
right.
3 kids in the car, and this asshole is giving me shit about flushing the toilet. I went like this. I went like this. He did, I said. I didn't. What do you want to do about it? I said. Again, I hear, Gerry, no, but more urgency because she knows this dude's getting cracked now. Mm-hmm. And I hear, we've only been in California 3 minutes. And the dude finally realizes, uh-oh, maybe I did pick the wrong fucking guy.
Yeah, maybe you did.
He backs off now and starts walking away, right? And he got a little tiny chihuahua tied to a pole. He bends over to untie it. I couldn't help it, Charles. I had to do a fucking Tom Dempsey. I kicked him in the ass.
You kicked him in his ass.
I kicked him in the ass.
Oh.
He rolled over. He got up and he starts screaming, I'm calling the cops on you. He's going like this. You just assaulted me, right? So I don't panic, right? She's going, oh, that's great now. You happy? And off he goes, right?
With his dog, with his little Chihuahua dog.
8:30 in the morning, I said, the only people I see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people named Florio. He ain't got no witnesses, I said. Let's go to the goddamn beach, I said. So here we go. We go walking to the beach. Now it's not over. It's not over.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
still going.
So remember,
Still going.
Sam is 11 and Matt's 8, right? And all of a sudden,
God,
Sam goes
Gerry.
like this to Matt. Matt, what happened? When I tell you, Matt quotes me word for word.
Oh.
Daddy told the guy he was going to take his motherfucking finger and stick it up his motherfucking and
Oh my God, Gerry.
and
What
Holy
in the
shit.
hell?
and I hear my wife going like this. I hope you're happy now. Listen to your son. And now
Kirk?
I'm going like this to him. Matt, you don't have to quote Dad exactly.
Yeah, word for word.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
verbatim.
Yeah.
Kirk,
And
this comes
so
under
we get to the
heading of-
beach. Still not over. Still not over.
Oh,
Oh my
shit.
God, you still
We
going?
get to the beach.
You gonna hurt somebody?
No. We get to the beach. She's not speaking with me right now, right? And we get to the beach, and Joe, there's nothing but big. I don't know if they're sea lions or seals, but they're sitting in the sun. They're big and they're black and they're laying there. And I'm going, yes, we're not in Jersey anymore, because they ain't on the beach in Jersey. So,
No.
right away, I'm going, yes, don't go near them, right? So now I want to get away from her because she's like flipping out because we're in California and I just kicked somebody in the ass,
You literally kicked them in their back end.
I can't even tell you how gratifying it was to kick him in the ass.
Had to be, Gerry. You're from South Philly.
It felt
Sure.
so good.
Absolutely.
And
Gerry, are you gonna be doing texty? Like, are you looking up where you can go buy some ragu, or what are you doing? What's
no, that's
what's
work.
going on
That's
there?
work texting me. You forget I'm the boss there.
Yeah. Okay, you're the boss. See, the boss of the story.
So
When's it gonna
anyway,
frickin'
it's
end?
still not over. It's still not over.
Yeah.
So now I take
Getting
Matt
agita.
and Sam and I say, come on, let's go into the Pacific Ocean. We've been waiting to see the Pacific Ocean.
It's right there.
We go out and I go up to about here, Chuck, and I look and I am the farthest human being out, right? And about 10 feet behind me,
Mhm.
one of these fucking seals does like a quick this, and all I see is black. And then it dawned on me. Uh-oh.
He's being
Guess
chased.
who eats these son of a bitches?
Yeah, Gerry.
I'm thinking great white, right?
Yeah.
And I go like this.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt and Sam, go in. I go in, right? I go like this. All right, get your shit. We're leaving. And she's just putting on lotion and shit, Charles. And she goes like this. What do you mean we're leaving? I said like this. We're going to go to the hotel and go swim in the pool. I said. and she loses her mind again. So that later that night, when we're driving back to Vegas, right? She's in the car, nothing, right? And I'm driving again. And I'm going, what's the problem? And this is what I hear. You can't go nowhere. She's gone. You can't go nowhere. She's
You
still
can't.
upset about me kicking the dude.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to argue it. I'm going, I guess. So if we were in a court of law, I believe Gerry Florio would be proven innocent because I said, when he put his finger in my face, I was always
Yes.
taught that that's
It's
ignorant.
assault.
And I'm trying to teach my son to not let that happen. So
That's assault.
4.5
Right.
hour drive to
Kirk,
Vegas,
isn't that assault?
very
Mhm,
painful
mhm.
for me.
Yeah. So
Yes.
it's assault. Yeah.
So that's a story
So-
you can't make up.
That's right.
So, Kirk, my thought here is the one thing that came to mind as soon as you started talking about it was you can take the boy out of South Philly,
Mhm.
but you can't take the South Philly out of the boy.
No.
Gerald is all the way across. He's as far across the continent that you can get.
Mhm.
He's like, you can't go any farther in the continent. I mean, you kind of can, but he went from here to here.
Mhm.
And the first thing he does is he kicks a guy in his back end,
That's right.
literally kicks him in his ass and knocks him over. And then he realizes he's in California because the guy didn't get up and Duke. He's like,
That's right.
I'm going to get a lawyer. I'm going to get a cop. Jared's like, go get your whatever.
It doesn't matter if it's in front of Wawa or if it's on Newport Beach. You don't put a finger in somebody's face.
That's correct.
No, you don't.
That's
And
correct.
there you go. And there's a lesson for you.
So it was a
And
learning
that's the
experience
lesson.
for my son.
Absolutely. And that's a lesson we should all know.
That's right.
You know,
Jesus.
Kirk, what we got, man?
That's incredible.
What's on our Kirk list
Should
as we
we
move forward?
Should we pick a couple things from the Chuck list?
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do is because Gerald mentioned, a couple things about people. In book one, when I open the book up, I talk about a particular incident took place in my prologue, which really did happen. Linda and I were in Tampa, and the bottom line is the guy pulled a gun on us, and that kind of got things going. That's where it really got going. But I wanted to just touch on a few things, and I talked to Kirk about it. Gerry, we don't use a script. We chat about a couple things, and I just want to run this quickly. Kirk, you had asked me about where it all started, right? I mean, you wanted to know.
Because
okay,
like I said, you gave me bits and pieces. I got the Chuck story all out of order for years. And then, like at some point it's like, can you put it in chronological order? I'm tired of trying to piece it together. I had all these red strings and this cork board with pictures of Chuck, and I'm like circling. I'm trying to figure all this shit out. Like, can you just start at the beginning for me?
So I wrote down as many things as I could, Gerald. There's 127 things I wrote down a year and a half ago. And that led to developing this and getting into this whole South Jersey Casino Boy thing. But where I wanted to take this for the moment is that, Gerald, I literally put up a billboard in Atlantic City. I put up a billboard with my name on it. And I did that for a reason. Huh?
My daughter saw it.
Yeah. So there's a billboard outside Atlantic City right at the end of Route 30. And it, it shows the book and all that. And there's a lot of reasons behind the billboard. And I can tell you right now, number one wasn't because I'm going to sell a whole bunch of books. I had particular deep reasons why I wanted that billboard up. Then I put LED signs on boats going up and down the beach about my book and my name on it. And I put an LED sign up on the Wildwood Boardwalk. I physically announced that I was returning. That's basically it. And the stuff that's behind all that, we're going to get more into that as this goes. And I'm writing, so you're going to learn more. Everybody is. But Gerald, I spent some good coin on that. My wife and I did, and we sold 6 books. 6, that's it. We sold 6 books, and I kept writing. And then about 7 weeks ago, I got contacted by a lady who knows my family very well. Now, my family, my Uncle Jack played semi-pro ball. He was with the Yankees organization. Uncle Jack and Aunt Betty would go to a friend's house 2 blocks from where I lived in Northfield. And they were good friends. And then my dad would hang out with that dad and my Uncle Jack. That lady contacted me, Gerald, and said, "Hey, I heard you wrote a book." And we talked for a while and compared notes, and everything was great. Her name is Nancy Van Riper. Nancy Van Riper lives in Florida. She's a friend of my family's from way back, like I said, knows my sisters, knows my Uncle Jack, like family, like blood, Gerry, you know what I mean? When you got the family connections. So that's what she is. She's like family. She started talking. Nancy Van Riper took this 6-book. By the time I talked to her, I sold like 20 something. She took this and went boom. She knows everybody and everything. And I'm telling you, since Nancy Van Riper got a hold of me, this book has become a subject of texts, messenger, FaceTime, emails, phone calls. I'm connecting with guys. I connected with my second baseman from Little League when I was 10 years old, Scotty Lerner, one of the best gloves I've ever seen. Scotty Lerner reached out and told me how proud he was. And I couldn't believe it. I've got people I haven't seen in 42 years calling me or reaching out to me saying, "I cried when I read this." Now, I didn't write a tearjerker. I just wrote parts and pieces of Back Home, and people were connecting.
Of course.
I had one young lady tell me the scene in the book takes her back to when she went through something similar in high school, and it really bothered her, hurt her deeply, and still bothers this day. And the individual that caused me some issues, and she connected. And then her and her husband got a hold of me. I'm telling you, Gerry, I am blessed beyond anything I can ever tell you. I've lived a good life. I pray every morning and give thanks, and I meditate and ask for things. And I'm not a greedy person. And putting up that billboard wasn't to sell 10,000 books. It was to announce I'm back. Because the reason I left, and you know it, we had a very good friend that talked to me and told me stuff. how I had to be to make sure things were going to be good for me. And I'm being very general. And I did what I was told and asked to do. Because A, I'm not a rat. Never have been, never will be.
Nope.
And B, I did want to live. And C, I wanted my friends and family to be safe too. So I made a move 37 years ago. And I'm back now and I'm going to talk about it. And I'm not just going to go, oh, and people are going to go, oh, too bad. I'm going to write a book, and I am writing a series. So every little bits and piece of my connection, my fiber is in here. And the first person we wanted to bring on, the first piece of that fiber of who I am, we bring on was Gerry Florio. That's the first person we wanted to bring on. I know it doesn't connect all together just this moment, Gerry, but it's going to. I promise you, it's going to connect. I'm not doing this for my health. Well, actually, I am, because I feel so much better. I sleep. I'm doing these for reasons. And Kirk and I have talked about this. We brought you on for a reason. We want Gerry Florio to be the initial inaugural. And there's a lot of people. And I'm just saying, we got you on here. I mentioned Kelly Beckler about what she did for me. Unbelievable. But Nancy Van Riper, Gerald, she just told 2 people who told 4 people. And before you know it, it's going big. Gerry Florio is going to be featured even more. So I'm just letting you know. Thank you, Nancy Van Riper. What an unbelievable thing you did from your heart. I'm so blessed to be able to do this. And we're kicking off the right way. We're bringing on Gerald.
Hell yeah.
Good job, Nancy. And I got to say, I'm honored to be here. So,
Hell yeah. So how did you guys, I don't think I've ever heard the Gerry meets Chuck story. Like, how did you guys first get connected?
Gerald, do you want to do the honors?
well, we were dealers together. And we played softball together. So, yeah. And I was a big fan of Charles's softball abilities. Yeah, he impressed me a lot. So we easily became friends, you know.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's
Fellow crap dealers at the Sands. So I'm going to throw something to Gerald. First name that comes to mind when you say jam up dealer. Who was the most absolute pinnacle? Seriously, no ass kissing. Just who was the pinnacle jam up dealer at Sands that you went, wow?
Chucky Hill.
Chucky frickin' Hill.
Yeah.
Kirk, this guy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Gerald, but didn't Chucky Hill deal in New York backroom games? Like
clean. The guy was so smooth.
How magic was his hands and fingers?
He was like a magician. He was like a magician.
I mean, look, we can talk about how you deal.
Huh? He was renowned. He was renowned in the whole city.
Holy shit.
Everyone knew about him.
Chucky Hill. Oh my goodness, Chucky Hill. Just to watch Chucky Hill, and he even existed on that different plane. You know, guys that you can talk to, but you really don't fully connect with. That was the Chucky Hill animal. Gerald, I never became a close friend of Chucky Hill's. I just existed around him, and he was cool. But was he a good friend of yours?
No, he didn't hang out with us.
No, and he's not a snob.
No,
he was just
did his own
perspective.
thing.
He had his own thing, man. And we just look at him and go, wow, there's a God walking around. And man, you never, I mean, did the guy ever do anything other than just jam up and clean up and play? And
in fact,
he was.
If you dealt with him on the same crew, you had a lot of pressure on you. You know, now you have another standard. You know,
right.
Yeah, man. I mean,
but for us, Chuck, we laughed so much on the game, it wasn't even funny. I'm going to tell you one story, real quick one. So on the end table, in the
Kirk, do we have time?
Yeah, we got time, Chuck.
Stop telling me we have time, Kirk.
Kirk, the ceiling in the Sands was all mirrors, so we can look up in the mirror and see anywhere in a casino, basically. But right across from the craps was the blackjack pit. So we were standing in a dead game in craps, and all of a sudden we're looking at the people playing blackjack across from us. And I go, I don't remember who it was. I said, I'll take the guy in the second seat for $10. Anybody? And the guy on the other base says to me, all right, I got the guy in the third seat, right? So we're playing against each other. My guy, I'm going, I guess, hit it! Alberto, the pit boss, walks up and he sees the whole crew looking up in the mirror, and he goes like this, so who's winning? Right. Not me. I'm stuck $40. I'm on.
Holy
How do you
shit.
lose money while you're working? It's like,
Stop, $40.
and that's the kind of shit we did on games, you know.
Right, right.
Oh,
Chuck, how many times did we go take a walk on the boardwalk and blow a joint or whatever?
oh yeah, no problem.
I
No
would get this
problem.
thing up and go, who wants that, yo?
And Jerry, seriously, who the fuck cared? Nobody we worked with, for or around, gave a damn about what we did.
No.
We worked at the land of misfit toys. We worked
We
at the
did.
Sands. Jerry, I came over from Bally's. I was busted for weed in front of everybody getting off of work. I was thrown on the front of my Z28, cuffed and taken away while people filtered out of the casino and looked at, there's Chucky Turner getting busted. And the situation that took place was, seriously, it sounds goofy, but I swear to God, this is exactly true. Wrong place, wrong time. I got dark claret Z28 with tritone gold. The guy they're looking for, brown Z28 with tritone gold. They nailed me. My girlfriend, one of the girls I was seeing at the time, took my car that day, left the weed in the center console. They bust me and just find the weed right there. Lisa left it right there. I'm like, what the man? They cuffed me, take me down to the police station. I'm not going to mention the name, but everybody knows who the guy is because
Yes, they do.
it's a connection from mainland.
Yes, they do.
Gerald roughed me up a very little bit, poured the weed down, put my head down in it, and then I better, Chucky Turner, I better never fucking see you here again, and kick my ass out the police door.
Jesus.
I didn't have my car. I didn't have my weed. No one was there to pick me up. I'm just out in the street outside the police station going, what the fuck? But I got away because in the end, they knew I wasn't the guy they were trying to bust. The guy
Right.
looking for didn't show up. But I got busted in front of Bally's. Within days, I'm being sweat by, and I'll tell you the pitball's name later, because you're going to know who this guy is, because it's the only type of this person in town that was a pitballs. Leave it at that. He's sweating me, leaning in on me. You got to go find another place to work. I'm like, what the fuck? Seriously. And I'll tell you, you'll know. I go to the Sands. The girl who's interviewing me is saying, oh, I know you. Weren't you the guy who got busted the other day in front of Bally's Park Place? I'm like, I said, thanks for your time. I got up, she goes, where are you going? I go, well, the interview's over. She goes, no. No, she looks for a pen. She goes, I'm going to schedule you for, what was it? An audition. I'm going to schedule you for an audition. I'm like, really? She goes, yeah. Like, no big deal. I came out and I did it. Yeah, you got a job. You know the deal.
As it shouldn't have been.
Right.
No big deal. She's like, busted
Chuck,
for
by
weed.
the way,
Nobody gives a
your
shit.
Z28 was a bad piece too.
Yeah, that was fun, huh? It held trash bags of weed in the trunk, but that's a whole. That's gonna be another time. I heard someone stuck him in there. It's crazy. That's a crazy.
Out there.
That's right.
I don't know. Kirk, not mine, officer.
No.
No,
No,
not mine.
I got Chrysler wheels. That's not mine.
That's a different car. That was a whole bad story.
Oh,
That almost got me beat up. Oh shit. Oh my God. So you want to go to the list, Kirk? You want to hit the list?
let's go to the list.
Okay, now, Gerald,
Yes.
if young Kirk hits a subject that's really sensitive on here, he'll use a
I'll say
code.
I'll say pass.
The numbers are 1 to 20, 1 to 127,
Mhm.
and he's going to pick a number, and I'll go to the list. And if it's sensitive, I'll use a code to tell the story. I'm gonna throw it in, give you a little bit. So go ahead, Kirk, give me a number to 127.
55.
All right, 55. Young Gerald, 55 is lust oozes out of the dunes. So growing up, you had the causeway, Gerald. You had the causeway from Summers Point going to Ocean City, right? That
Yes.
causeway. All
Yes.
rickety, rackety bridges, basically, all that shit. But when you get halfway, you can make a little turn. Let's see, the causeway. And there was a place called the Dunes.
I do recall it.
The frickin' Dunes, okay? On the radio, the advertisement was lust oozes out of the dunes. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Because I'm already, in my game chasing chicks and stuff. I want to see where this lust is oozing from. I get word from my mom got word that I was going out and having fun on. She said, "Honey, are you going to the dunes?" And I said, "The where, Mom?" She goes, "That place where Donnie got beat up." My brother Donnie, I guess he went there one time, and everybody's nuts there at 4 a.m. or whatever. And I guess Donnie got, because he's always getting fights everywhere. He goes somewhere's point, he gets in a fight. Hair pulled out with the cops. Always got a story. I guess Donnie had a problem. "Honey, you're not going to the dunes, are you?" I'm like, "No, Mom. Did you hear there's? Did you hear they're on the radio? They're like lust oozing out of there. Ew, that just sounds awful."
Yeah, it definitely sounds
honey,
like a
honey, I
VP
sure
test
hope you're not
afterwards.
going there. So yeah, the dunes. Yeah.
I can only say I've only been there once or twice.
Yes. And how did that go? How was your experience at the dunes, Gerald?
Nothing memorable.
All right. Well, you probably
There was no
stoned.
lust. I had no lust.
No, I didn't find lust there either elsewhere.
Was there any
Um,
ooze?
I don't know if it oozed, but I'm sure there. It just sounds
Yes.
ski-vats. Ski.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Okay.
I could pass
yeah,
on the
yeah.
dudes.
Fair enough. All right, Chuckster. 69.
69 is number Joe Terabacci.
Love them. Love them.
Gerald, what craps game could you not deal if Joe Terabacci was your floor? I mean, brilliant beyond brilliant. A crazy, crazy sense of humor.
Absolutely nuts.
I never saw anybody do what he did. The dice would roll, I'd be dealing, and this head would pop between the boxman and me onto the table. Like he's looking at the dice close up, like this far from the table.
What a
Out
nut.
of nowhere. He was a
Hell.
nutcase.
I love
Joe-
him though. Love
Oh,
him.
how can you not love Joe Terabacci?
How about
what a-
this
what a-
dude? On a New Year's Eve, he went like this. He drops 300 on the table. He goes, he's trying to buy in from the floor position. I quit. he said. I said, he's the best. I said, he's on his own table.
He's working, he's buying
Bought in
in.
on his own table. He's
I
in
don't
Vegas
even-
as we speak. Because
Oh, shit.
remember
He
Billy Bevs?
Yeah, yeah.
Billy Bevs is from this area. So,
Okay.
in fact, I just saw him 2 days ago, and he told
All right.
me he saw him recently in Vegas.
Wow. Joe Terabacci treated me cool,
Mhm.
good guy, but whacked, different thing revolving around that guy's world.
Mhm.
And you're either with it or you're not. I know people that didn't like him or didn't get him, and I got him right away. We were all stoned. We
Yeah.
were all stoned. We were all
Yes.
having a good time. How could you not love Joe Terabacci? He's not going to do anything against you. He's got your back. He knows everything. He can be backwards of the game. He's got it. You want that guy to be your floor. That guy's he's the
Chuck,
greatest
How many
thing.
times did you walk back there in the lockers and people were snorting lines and stuff
Oh,
like that?
yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I can name some people.
No names, no
Initials.
names.
No. EP, a Puerto Rican kid, used to take me, hey, come on, Chucky, come on in and do that little bullet. And,
Yes.
you could tell it was a little cut with something because it burned. God.
And a certain Greek guy, too.
Yeah. We went to his house and he made a lemon for Paul and I. He made a lemon soup in front of us. He squeezed the lemons in and put the chicken in, and he served us lemon soup. And I went, what? We're usually just like, we're getting crap food or
Right,
good
right,
food.
right.
White House is open all night. We're getting pizza and subs at 4 or 5 in the morning eating. This guy's making us fresh Greek lemon soup with. I just thought I went to heaven. I was like, well, I want to be this. I want to cook for people,
Awesome.
Wow.
Better than that ragu you make.
Shut the hell up. Fucking ragu. Listen to you. Get the hell out of here. Ragu. Jesus. Oh my God. Kirk. Help me. Ragu.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chuck, I
man.
just wanted to see my, just wanted you to know that my face mask,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got one.
I do represent.
I got
For
an
the
all green
birds.
one though. I got a green one. Okay, Kirk, give me a number.
38.
38. 38 is inversion. Oh God, inversion boots.
Oh,
Inversion.
God.
Okay, Gerald. Floor lady. Blonde brown hair down to here. Polish American. My first name starts with an M. a little bit stare in the eye, but she was a floor person. Boxing, she went to floor. One day I'm on the game and she's leaning in on me, talking about this, that, and the other. Because, American Gigolo, that movie had come out,
Yeah.
and Richard Gere used inversion boots. So she's talking, leaning in on me, and, just talking. And I say, oh, I got a pair of inversion boots. And she turns to me, she goes, you got inversion boots? I go, yeah, I use inversion boots. First of all, use that's just a general reference. They hurt your ankles. Hanging upside down sucks. Who the fuck wants to hang upside down and work out? Well,
No,
the movie,
I never
it's
did.
great.
Hell
No,
no.
it's bullshit. But I got him
looked,
anyway.
I guess no, not the kid. No.
Yeah, I got him because I thought they might get me laid. So
I'll
I got
pass.
a pair of inversion boots. All right, I got a pair of inversion boots. She's leaning in on me, going, "You got inversion boots?" I go, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh." So now during the night, she's playing the dance and play and tease. Gets me to the point where, like, I think something's going to happen here. So I'm like, "Well, I can bring my boots to work." She goes, "Really? You can? Well, why don't you do that?" Gerald, the very next day, I bring inversion boots to work. And guess who clowns me the entire night about bringing inversion boots to work? And then the word starts to spread around that Chuck Turner bought inversion boots to work, thinking he's going to get, hook up with her. And she's clowning me to every place she can. She's just ripping on me. And I'm looking like an idiot going to the break room. And someone said, what are those? What'd you bring to work? I go, they're inversion boots. I'm going to work out with them. Why'd you bring them to work? Because now I got to change the story because I don't want people thinking I'm an idiot. I mean, what
I
do you
get it,
say?
Richard. I get it, Richard.
I bought inversion boots to work to get laid.
Right.
And all I'm getting is beaten down.
So
and she's
Herb,
starting.
see if you can picture this, right? So where the Sands was located, the boardwalk was about maybe a half a block walk to get up on the boardwalk. So we go on break, me and Caesar, and he goes like this, "Come on," he's going, "the Beach Boys are in concert down here." He goes, "Let's take a walk on the boardwalk." He goes, "We're blowing half a joint." And we're walking on the boardwalk, smoking a half a joint.
Caesar.
And what was the guy's name? Widener, the CEO, whatever. He comes walking by us. I'm going, "Oh, we're fired." I'm going, "We're definitely fired." So we go back and we're both sitting box like on two different games. And I'm looking at him. I'm going, I'm expecting to get a tap any minute. Like we're done. And it never came, but I was going, I was so scared that night because I'm going,
Jesus.
we're watch the Beach Boys and blew half.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, Chuck, question for you.
Yes, sir. What's your
You brought the inversion boots to work. Where the hell did you have a plan about where you were planning on hanging upside down?
Actually, I didn't. That's the damnedest thing of the story. I don't remember knowing where I'm going to hang for this girl. I mean, where am I going to hang?
Say, like fucking Dracula?
I
Dracula.
thought maybe I'd take her back to my place, but she lived kind of upscaley,
Okay.
and I didn't play this well. I didn't think through it well. I just thought, boy meets girl meets boy. Girl wants boy to wear inversion boots. This is all going to go well. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to kiss and tell, but it's going to be good. But no, it went bad very fast.
Yeah.
And everybody was looking at me like, what a chooch, look at this idiot. Look at this freaking idiot.
Yeah, good word.
Yeah. I use good words.
At least it wasn't roller skates.
Oh God. So there's our three subjects off that list, There's our three subjects.
Hell yeah.
Gerald, meanwhile, is passing recipes. Jerry, did you switch to Prego or are you sticking with Ragu on that recipe you give your daughter?
Neither one.
What?
Neither
What?
one.
No, I'm not. Well, in a pinch.
Dude,
In a pinch.
I
You
could
could get the
order many
you could get
recipes.
the
She
Walmart
follows me.
brand.
Dude, Prego always kills me because that means you're welcome. Like, this is the shittiest sauce ever. How are you telling me you're welcome with this garbage sauce?
Prego, yeah.
I couldn't eat it.
Nah.
Oh God.
No.
So I told the Gordie Howe hat trick story. I wanted to tell it because I have to tell you, this guy I know, is a good contractor and treats people well. And above us, young Gerald, you will see, contractor stuff. That's the name of my company that I closed down this year. David and Goliath Painting. There's a work shirt.
That's right.
There's the go give a bid. shirt. So there's a go give a bid. There's the work all day sweat. Kirk helped me. And there's a jacket my wife made for me. So that was in honor of being a contractor, telling the contractor story of doing stuff that's inappropriate. I would never do that with a client. I treat them like gold and give them extra and love them. And
That's right.
man, that's just, you give and you get. And that was just a weird thing for me. I couldn't wait. Oh, the guy I know.
The guy you know.
The guy I knew couldn't wait for me to
Yeah,
leave the house.
couldn't wait to leave.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that's the Chuck Turner magic. That's why I said we got to do this. We got to get your voice out there. We got to get the video out there so people can meet you, because that's where all the magic happens, man. When they get to know Chuck.
I'm like Siegfried and Roy. You know what I mean, Gerald? Well, maybe not quite. Maybe more like one of the Tigers.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Chuck, when you first left and you went out west, right?
Yes, sir.
Me and Paul would always talk, and I would say, "Have you heard from Chuck?" He's going like this. No, but we're going to find him, and he always found you.
Yes, he did.
Always
Yeah.
found you.
Paul, Kirk knows Paul. As a matter of fact, Gerald, when I came back this last time, I saw Paul, and I teared up. It was really hard, but it was great. It was really positive.
He looks great.
Oh, Paul Lippman's amazing. You either got it with a guy, you don't. It's either there, it's not. And with Paul and you, it's there. So it's the greatest thing to be there with him, and then my son met him, and as my son and I were going around parts of South Jersey and bumping into people, and he's like, "Wow, this is kind of neat." He felt the energy and the stuff that was going on with me.
I gotta use timeout. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I gotta use Kirk. I'm using my second timeout.
You got it.
That is
So wait a minute.
two. That he's on two.
So your son met Paul, but I'm your inaugural guest, and your son hasn't met Gerry Florio. I'm a little, even though I qualify as
Oh,
you
you know what, Gerry? Gerald, inappropriate use of a timeout. Gerald, who's the Michigan basketball player that used that timeout incorrectly, Gerald? Who was
Chris Webber, wasn't it?
I'm going to call a Chris Webber here because this is an inappropriate use of timeout. Gerald, as you remember, my son got on the phone with you to talk about fantasy football when you were trying to sign a fucking wide receiver.
You're right. But I didn't meet him personally, though.
All right, gray area, Kirk, gray area.
Yeah, right? It's very gray, very gray.
Very gray.
But we got on the phone because the first thing I said to Paul was, after we got talking, was, got to get a hold of Gerry. And Paul's like, "Oh, I got Gerry right here. Not speed dial. Fuck, let's put him on." So Paul sets it up with a long talk about and this and that, and Jerry's getting fired up. And then Paul goes, "Well, I got an expert here that wants to talk to you about a choice." Gerry doesn't know my son from boo. Gerry gets on the phone and goes, "Listen, my man, I don't know who the fuck you are."
Did I really?
I
didn't call him that, did I?
I don't know who the fuck you are. And Gerry starts going into his, "I chose this and I got this guy and here's the stats." And my son's going looking at me like, I'm like, "No, just ride with it. Give Perfect. Gerry his first two. Give Gerry the first, a minute, 23 seconds. He's going to get it out of his system. Get him that, So that Gerry gets through it. And my son's like,
get it out of the system.
Hell yeah.
And when we got done, we drive away. My son's like, "This Gerry Florio guy's something, huh?" I go, "Oh, yeah. Oh, Jerry's still fighting World War II. I've got videos. He's still talking about that. We're not going to talk about that now. But anyway, that was pretty funny.
I have to say, I am honored to be your inaugural guest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because you'd think it'd be elsewhere, but Gerald, there's a reason. There's a rhyme and a reason. There's a rhyme. We're gonna develop that and you're gonna find out why. But I gave you the basics. This is where I want to go so people know. Mm-hmm. The expanded world, where this all goes, where it's all from, where it happens. My father, plenty of experience, Philly. My father's people, the things that are going on there back in the day. Gerald, in the news, let's be general. Once upon a time, there was one king. He got knocked off in 1980. New king took over. Well, the old king, my dad kind of, knew all that stuff and had all that stuff going on. And that was a nice time. Everybody got along.
Yeah.
Everybody got along. When that king went out and the new king came in, that was my time or our time. New game in town, man. Yeah. Things are happening. I can't put names on it. I can change the names and change it, but people should know that once upon a time, South Philly to South Jersey, everything was copacetic. Everybody kind of got along, was old school. When the new school took over, holy shit. The stories we started to hear, not just in the papers, but even people we worked around and near, the stuff that was going on was scary bad. And then you hear years later what that guy, the new king, was doing and why.
Okay.
Wow, man.
I got another quick story, a 2-minute story.
You got it.
Right.
And it involves one of those kings.
Yeah.
So we finished work one night, and me, Paul, and a couple other guys go down to the bar that's past Maynard's. I don't know what the hell it was named, right?
Okay.
We went in there, right?
Mhm.
Paul sees this hot chick and makes a beeline for her, right?
Of course.
So
That's
at
Paul.
the time, I'm the only guy in a suit, and they were all dealers, right? So sit down at the bar, and all of a sudden, like I said, we walked in, and Paul makes a beeline for this chick, right?
Sure.
Who happens to be the king's fiance.
No.
So I'm in a suit, right? All of a sudden, I'm sitting at the bar, and I get a tap on the shoulder, and there's two dudes standing there, and they say, to me, I'm not going to say the name of the king, but they say,
Yeah. No.
Bleep, bleep says he wants to talk to you. And I look over and I see him, right? Of course, I know who he is, right? I went, I guess, wants to talk to me. I went, so I walk over and he goes like this, not even blinking. He goes like this, you and your friends have to leave.
Yeah.
And he points specifically to Paul, who's talking to him.
Yes.
I went like this. All right, we're out of here. I went,
yeah.
We just got our first drink. Chuck, we just got our first drink. And I go like this to everybody. Pay up. We got to leave.
Yep.
They go, what do you mean got to leave? I said,
fuck out.
Listen to me. We have to leave now.
Yep.
I grab Paul by his arm and go like, come here. I got to talk to you outside, right? So we go out. You know, they followed. 3 of them came out to make sure we left. So I went like this. I said, and when we got in the car, they're going, why are we leaving? What are we going like this? I'm saying, because I don't know why. I said, maybe because I was in the suit and they thought I was the boss.
Yeah, you're the leader. Yeah, sure.
I said, but we were told to leave because Paul, you were hitting on his fucking fiance, I said. And I'm not going to say who the boss was.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
You know who it was. And
all right, Gerald, I got one. Kirk, I got one. I'm going to go right with that. I'm in the fucking brajol with my lady. I'm not going to mention her name.
Oh,
I'm with her. We're in the brajol. Now, I did brajol back in the day, a couple of years earlier, when I was in security. We're going there getting 12-hour shifts and get blasted, and then go and get nuts, barely sleeping. Now I'm there as a dealer. I'm in with my lady in the brajol, and her friend, who was of a different culture, she looked a little different, you know what I'm saying, is a girlfriend of a son of one of the, king guys.
Yeah.
He smacks his girl. My lady steps to him. She gets smacked. Holy shit. I got a drink in my hand. The drink goes down. I turn. I've got 2 bodies on me and a headlock. And one of our boys, Gerry, is with. He's with. And he goes like this. I'll take him out of here. My lady's mouthing. I can't even do anything because I'm being pulled. And then my guy takes me by the neck, goes, Chucky, we have to get the fuck out of here now. Yikes. Tell her to shut the fuck up. Yeah. I'm yelling at her, come on. She's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, you know the deal. Either if I try to throw down, I don't even get punch 1 out. And chances are I'm going to get busted up bad and or die because of nonsense going on. I got no game. Yeah. I got nothing. My lady just got smacked. I can't answer to it. And my boy's pulling me out. And those 2 guys stop and looking at me like they're in their mind counting. How fast can you voluntarily walk out that door at the brajol? Because if he has to keep dragging you to fight, it's on. And I'm being drugged. He's like, Chucky, we gotta fucking go. You gotta go now. I'm outside. I'm like,
Jesus.
we're outside. He goes, now we got to fucking walk. I go, I didn't come with you. He goes, we got to fucking walk now. So I turn and walk, and out the door, she comes with her friend, and then she's bad. It's all getting crazy. I turn, I go, the fuck are you doing? Are you out of your mind? She goes, why would you bump? She calls me a name. I go, oh no, I'm not. Oh no, I'm not. I'll go back in there. And our boy's like, no, you're not going back in there. You're never coming back to the Visual, Chucky. You're never coming back to the Visual. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yes, sir.
I've got no coverage. And even if I did, I've had my boys with me. What are we going to do? What are we going to do to these guys? They rule and run. Either you're in or you're out. There's no in between. I was out. I had to stay out. Trying to step to those guys, that's a death warrant. That's the dumbest shit you could do. Because not only are they going to beat you, they're going to remember you. And there's the difference. They don't forget, especially under the new king. It's a different game. It's not just mano a mano. It's like, oh, we're going to do more stuff. Because I heard about it. Later on, I heard how bad it was. Jesus, Gerry, the person I'm with, that lady I'm with, it's not a casual. It's like we're really tight and deep. And it got bad real fast.
Tight in there. Very tight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I do have sweats. Now I do. I swear I do. Because I'm ready to throw down. I'm ready to.
Chuck, you survived them.
Oh, I survived that.
These years were tough, man.
I survived that and many others. I've been in those situations and things like that. I'm writing about it to get it out and to do it. And I'm not hurting anybody. No one goes under the bus, Gerald. Nobody goes under the bus.
You're doing a good job of writing, Chuck.
Yeah,
read the book. It's good. You people out there, buy the book, God damn it.
Where can they find it, Chuck?
You can find this it's an ebook form on Smashwords and Amazon. On Amazon, the print version is there. Right now, this is on ebook. We're doing our re-edits on that, and then we're going to put this back out again in print version. We're going to make these two guys match up. Quick word, I've already put a video out, but the bottom line is when you're doing independent, publishing and so forth, and you're working with different sources, sometimes it doesn't quite click. Heard about it, now I've experienced it. We're going to just calm it down, go back, match up with a new supplier, and then that way when people get the books, because there's 9 of them, they're going to look like this in a row, so you can put them, you can collect them and get them. And Gerald, dead serious, I'm going to do whatever I can to get the book out to people, get in their hands. People are asking for signed copies. I send them gratis. I don't ask for nothing. I put it up for sale because that's what you do. But also people send me requests, say, hey, I want a book. I just get it. I sign it. I found a way not to pay $16 to ship it. Now it's like $3. I'm going to do that. First 3 books, I'm going to pound out, get out, sign, show up for a book signing in June. I'll do whatever to let people read and see it and get it and have fun. It's all about South Jersey. It's all about the South Philly connections. It's all about all the stuff that people can relate to and not get me sued. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes there's a name, people go, oh yeah, I went to that sub shop. But other times there's a casino and they go, what the hell is this? I can't use the name. I know I'm doing fiction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of names, Chuck, what's the name of the book? You gotta get
the name of the book?
Yeah.
Greetings from South Jersey Casino Boy. As you can tell, there's a postcard that talks to the people that show up in South Jersey, and you go to the boardwalk, you get a postcard, you got that. I do not want to name the place right now, Kirk, but there's a famous place right here that shows up in book 3. This gets explained why it's on the cover. It gets explained in book 3 in the beginning. So I've already I had a guy reach out to me from California and say, I know where that place is. And he told me stories about different stuff. And I said, well, here's where we're going. I don't want to give it away. People know right away in book 3 what's going on. They get it. Yeah. I put it on book 1 because I wanted to get to it. You got to get to the stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. It's not an autobiography, it's a fiction. You know what I'm saying, Gerry?
Oh man. But yeah.
All right, Kirkster.
I think that should be it. People want to get in touch with you, Chuck. How do they get in touch with you?
I've listed that on Facebook, chaztedt@gmail.com. CHAZTEDT @gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook. We're putting videos up on YouTube now.
Mhm.
Gerald will be part of this one, obviously. So
Yeah,
that'll
yeah.
be one we'll put up. And I'll just, we're starting the blog. We're going to expand the blog and put more stuff on that. But that's a good point. You asked how to get a hold of me. I'm easily accessible. There's people I haven't talked to, Gerald, in 42 years that are FaceTiming me now. 42 years. Chucky
Jesus.
Turner, I want to talk to you about this. And
That's
I went to
awesome.
school with your Stradazzi, and I knew, your brother. And it's wonderful to connect. Like I said, Scotty Lerner. Oh my God, Scotty Lerner. That blew my mind what he said. You know who
Whoa.
else I see, Gerald? Gamaliel, Jamal Respis.
Get
I-
out of here.
I see Jamal Respis on Facebook, and I'm so
What a great guy. Great.
I love Jamal.
So
what
lovable.
a wonderful Gamaliel Respis, Jamal Respis. He and his brother. Great story, long story, but the
Whole
bottom line
family,
is
whole family, good people.
gold, absolute gold.
They're good
Love-
people, but I'm you people. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. I just don't understand it. I'm sorry.
Jerry,
Yes.
you know, I'm not Italian, so I gotta differentiate between
Kirk, I still have a problem
American,
with it. You people.
American.
Oh, yeah, Jerry, my mom's maiden name is Richudo. I feel you. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, you're great. You're great people. I think you built the pyramids or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't read history.
Don't
I
worry
don't read
about it.
history. I don't even know history. You built pyramids, or
Forget
I think
about it.
I think
That's
you
right,
invented
that's
some
right.
boat. You invented some boat or some
Invented
shit. I
some
don't
boat.
know.
What the fuck?
First
All
of
right,
all,
gentlemen.
Chuck, my
Yes,
people
sir.
built the pyramids. We would have paid somebody to do it.
That's right. That is exactly right. And you would have paid a couple of
Contract
guys
it
to
out.
stand around.
You know what, like this. Hey, my man, do me a favor. Here.
My man.
Don't you big son of a bitch and bricks up there, please. It'll
Hey,
look nice when it's done, I promise you.
Hey, by the way, last thing I'll say is about the book, Greetings from South Jersey Casino Boy. Gerald, talking about the Kings, you know a guy who's pretty popular out there in different media, been around forever, was involved when one king went away. He was involved in the going away thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I almost used by accident, by mistake, that type of guy. And I was told, no, do not
No.
bring him up. Don't
Right.
bring that name up. Don't even
Yeah.
try to, don't be cute with it. I had to work around that in the book because,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I was told, no.
Good
you
idea.
Make it,
Good
you
idea.
turn it and twist it. People will get who you're kind of talking about.
Oh, they
Do
will
not,
get it real fast.
do not bring that up because you are going to get yourself a visit, a phone call, or a lawyer. And I don't want any of those. You know what I'm saying? So I've twisted and turned so people can get the homage and the fun and we're all good.
Of
But
course.
I tried it. And my wife's like, isn't that going to get you in trouble? And then I made a call like, what are you out of your mind? You don't,
Yeah, we
no,
want to make
don't.
it to episode 3, Chuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Book 3. Yeah. All right. Cool.
But,
What do you
yeah.
got, Gerald? What's your final words there, Broad Street Bully?
My final words are, like I said, I'm honored to have been your inaugural guest. It was very interesting and I enjoyed it. We just sat around shooting the shit. And, my main thing is, listen, my man, just be for real.
That's right.
That's right.
Just be
That's what he
yourself.
told me.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what he told me. And young Gerald is in book 2. There's a piece of young Gerald in the beginning when we get to the prologue. There's some young Gerald's words are, first of all, say yes, my man. Know what I'm saying? My newfound Sands Casino buddy Gerry Florio would tell me, life is too short for being a miserable and saying no to everything. Don't be that guy. Since Gerry was far from that faraway mystical place they call South Philly, I knew he was on to something. The Sands was my new home, and my life got even crazier, much crazier. It was awesome. So there's a shout to Gerry Florio and the advice he gave me over my life, and I really appreciate it. Gerry, my heart, I love you very much. You're such a good man. We've had such a good time in our life together in different parts. I never forgot. And I came back and I put it on a billboard for a reason. And these are some of the reasons. I've got nowhere to go or run or hide. There's no reason. I want to be up front and highlight the things that are important to me. And this was important to me to make sure that everybody knew Gerry Florio is my man.
Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm honored, and I hope I didn't disappoint. That's
No,
No,
you
not
didn't
at all.
disappoint. You didn't disappoint. Kirk, what do you got? What's the final?
Just keep looking for more episodes. We'll see you next week. Stuff will be up on YouTube. Chuck is going to put it on his Facebook, and we'll have it out as a audio podcast in the South Jersey Casino Boy feed very soon.
Greetings from South Jersey Casino Boy. 99 cents on Amazon
text me
ebook.
or email me where I could watch this and all.
Oh yeah, we'll get it to you. Don't worry.
Okay. Awesome.
Hell
Plus
yeah.
my
Oh,
daughter.
yeah, I got some.
it.
I got some
Yeah.
for you, Jerry. Here you go. Chew on that.
No, I wish I could. They look great.
Nothing like little candy cakes.
Candy cakes are the best.